Hello, this is the Black White Life. I'm planning to do vlogs about everything I'm into, not just wrestling. I've done wrestling reviews on this channel so far. The vlog thing is going to start next. I did have something completely different in mind for a vlog idea, but because of the huge news that happened earlier in the week, this is going to be a vlog about wrestling, particularly the passing of the Ultimate Warrior. Now, this is not me dressing up as the Ultimate Warrior. A bit of backstory on me is until about, it's probably been a year and a half, I used to do pro wrestling. If you can't tell, I was inspired by the Ultimate Warrior. It's a real shock and a tragedy what has happened. Sorry, it's hard to get the words out sometimes. But, yeah. Tuesday night, I record Raw. I live in the United Kingdom. So I was watching it Tuesday night with my friend. We saw the Ultimate Warrior come out, which was a fantastic moment. I've been watching wrestling since I was a tiny little wee lad, probably 6 years old. Always one of my favourites. And yeah, it was just an absolute shock coming into work Wednesday morning, then hearing my friend come in later and tell me, "Oh, I've seen Ultimate Warrior's dead on Facebook." So when I eventually got off poolside, I quickly ran off, checked my phone, and went on WWE.com where they had the sad news of his passing at the age of 54, I believe. This is all just so sudden, just so weird. Like, he'd literally just been there and then gone. But I don't want to focus on all the negatives. The reason that this is so hard for fans is because he was such a huge character. I'm glad he got to bury all of his issues with the WWE, got to have a reconciliation with Vince McMahon, and there is an amazing photo going around on YouTube, on the internet, sorry, I'll try and find a little link for it, of Vince and Warrior hugging. He managed to do his induction speak, got to have a little moment on Raw with the fans for the first time in 20 years. And yeah, it was absolutely crazy what has happened. But as I think you should do, I think you should celebrate the life of a man and not just mourn his death. There's something the Warrior would say, but he'd say it in a much more outlandish way. Now, as for me, I'm going to put a little video here of me wrestling from a few years ago. My name was Ricky Revolution, and for ages I used to wrestle under the name of the Reaper just because I liked gothy clothes. But I just didn't have a character, a sort of look. And then I looked at myself in a battle royale and saw that you can't really tell me apart. I was in black gear. So what I liked to do when I was training was I'd go through some really old wrestling tapes. So I had some old 98, 99 Survivor Series, WrestleManias. And you just look for something old, a bit different. And of course, one of my old heroes, the Ultimate Warrior, was one to watch, seeing some of his amazing matches with Ravishing Rick Rude. But he got me thinking, it's just, since I was a face character, this was 100% the kind of thing I should be. So, with him, I started running to the ring, jumping out, just being so full of energy. And because literally I just had one place I wrestled, I was working for a friend. Well, I say working, I was doing it for free. Just entertaining, doing monthly shows for a community hall. But yeah, to get over that crowd. I was just so full of energy because my style, I've also trained in gymnastics, so as you can see from the video, I'm quite agile at times. So it just really helped. And then just finding bright colours, like the Ultimate Warrior's face paint. And not many people do face paint anymore, especially like on the indies. Everyone's trying to get the black trunks and the wrestler guy. So I just went completely different. Slapped on the face paint, got some really bright, colourful ring gear, and just had fun. And that's what the Warrior was. He was such a fun character. He was intense, but in such a overly dramatic way, and with his skronk. It's just so... the massive hair, the bright colourful face paints, the bright colourful ring gear. Those like he wore one of his old school amazing jackets on the way to the ring, and he'd have these lovely airbrushed art. Because I was listening to the Law podcast, they were talking about the fact that he's actually an artist. But yeah, he was so creative and different, and for God's sake, everybody loves tassels. I really wanted to get myself some, but I never got around to it. Just when you hear that music hit, that it just gets you hyped. And just the legging it down to the ring will make most wrestlers blow up. He was so good. He just had such an atmosphere to him, and at the time, okay, I don't know if it was 100% natural, if it was unnatural, I don't care, but he just looked like a real-life superhero. Just larger than life. As a kid, I didn't really understand what he was saying half the time with his promos, but you just knew it was good. Had some legendary matches, had some weird matches with like Papa Shunga that like made his face bleed. Papa Shunga was an amazing character, but we'll talk about him another time. But yeah, as I say, Ravishing Rick Rude, I think, had some of Ultimate Warrior's best ever matches. But the match that just had the most atmosphere was Ultimate Warrior versus Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania. That is just like Rock Hogan. That was, well, Rock Hogan, yeah. Rock Hogan, Austin Rock, just that sort of big star versus big star baby faces going at it. It was just an absolute honour to watch that and just see it. So basically, all I want to say is thank you, Ultimate Warrior. You're an amazing character, and the whole wrestling world community, just our hearts and emotions go out with you and your family. So, wherever you are, I hope you're looking down, looking after your family, and you can just enjoy just the amount of people that are celebrating your life and that have been touched by you in many ways. So until next time, TT FN.